Hi. Just coming on early, hoping some of you guys will pop on too. Hello, everybody. What a world! What a world! Somebody gets to hear me sing. Just kidding. I used to sing sometimes when I started this show. And then I realized there's probably like trademarks involved in that. Even though I make zero money on this show, I was like, maybe I shouldn't sing other people's stuff. But some days you just gotta sing to brighten your day. And you know what else you can do to brighten your days? You can join us here because Heart Home Harmony, guys, I mean, that's just, it is what it says it is. This is the goal. Obviously, I'm a home-based parent professional. I'm a character-driven designer, so I love to talk about the things that drive us, to have beautiful and comfortable homes. And I like to highlight different creatives who also sort of manifest that idea. So today I have my friend Rhobin joining me in a couple minutes. He is so fun. He is somebody who introduced himself to me, which I just love that because I'm kind of shy, honestly, that way. Making new friends. I'm really great in public spaces, but actually trying to like meet up and bond with people is not something I'm great at. Assuming they want to hang out with me, like I just don't assume that. I'm just like a little guarded. So I love that Rhobin reached out to me and was like, let's hang out. I was like, okay. And we met in the city at a great little restaurant with our other friend, Marilyn, who is a dear, Marilyn Laverne. So I don't know if she'll join us today, but she's an incredible designer as well. And we just hit it off right away. He has so much story to tell, so much personality. I love that his whole thing is badass design. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. And I'm going to invite him in a moment. So Rhobin, get ready. Get ready to accept my invite. I wonder what he's going to be wearing. I always love to find out what my guests are wearing. It's like my favorite. I'm into the staples, the like basics.
Did that work?
Did it! Now you have to adjust your camera so that you're in the center of the little square.
I'm totally amateur hour right now. Okay.
No.
Right.
Yeah, we can't show our age this way, Rhobin.
What?
We cannot show our age this way. We have to pretend like we understand all the tech. That's our job.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay.
Oh, I love seeing your sweet face. How are you?
Hi. I miss you.
Hi. I miss you. When am I going to see you? I'm not going to High Point this year. So High Point Market is this great. I talk about it almost every episode because we're all designers. But
Yeah.
I'm not going in spring. Are you going?
I'm going in spring. Am I going to see you at the PR talk tomorrow?
I plan to go. However, I am hiding a little bit of a sniffle, and I'm like, if that gets worse, I don't want to. Yep. I'm presuming it's allergies. If it turns out not to be allergies, then I will not go and infect anybody. But yeah, so I'm beginning that.
It's allergies.
But I plan to go.
That's what it is.
So we get to go to these fun parties too, guys. We can talk about that a little bit. It's really fun. So getting involved with some people who do PR in the industry, we get to meet amazing artists and amazing artisans and vendors. And this PR thing tomorrow is for a firm that represents a bunch of different people. So their products and their art are going to be on display there. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be so cool.
Rob Media, just Rob from Rob Media.
Oh, right. Wait, is she doing it? I thought it was, okay. So maybe these are different things. Mine was for Nylon Consulting.
Oh yeah, no. This one is for ASID NJ.
Different.
Just Rob. Yes.
That's got it. Okay, so no.
Okay.
We have different fabulous parties to attend. But anyway, it's so good to see you. So I did a little research, even though I know you in person, because that's my job. And I love. First, I'm going to let you introduce yourself too, but I hope you can introduce yourself, like sort of talk about what brought you here to this place in your life, and then talk about badass design and what that means to you.
Oh, man.
We'll get into that. We can dive in deeper to the badass thing.
Okay. I'm gonna let you lead. So you tell me what
I want to hear first your little story, like your backstory, like what brought you here to design, because I know it wasn't super straight line.
So I went to school for advertising and marketing, and I'm originally from California. And when I was going to school over there, I got a job in the audiovisual department working for marketing for Columbia Pictures.
Yeah.
So basically, I was the assistant to the VP, and we put all the trailers and television and movie trailers together. So
So
I was
cool.
in a creative environment,
Yep.
but never have ever have I thought that I would be doing something creative created by
Right,
people. I
right.
always thought I was in business, corporate, marketing, advertising, and so eventually, when I finished school, I ended up in New York working for MTV, and I was in
Yes.
the ad sales department. I was an analyst, and I was in the sales side of advertising versus the creative side of advertising,
Right.
which truthfully would have been a better fit
That's
for
where
me.
my
But
husband is. He's in the creative side, sort of.
yes,
Well,
yes,
actually,
yes.
product innovation. So he doesn't build it, but he innovates the ideas.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's all
Right.
adjacent. We all need each
All
other.
ad sales. Okay.
Exactly. So the truth is, I would have been better in marketing, but I ended up being in ad
Right.
sales. And if it was not for that, I my I was not good at this job. I was there for 3 years. It was just
I love
because,
when you can just admit it.
yeah.
Like, my
I,
heart wasn't in it. It wasn't my thing.
there you go. There you go. That's a better way of saying it. It's
Yeah,
not that I
because you're
wasn't
smart.
good at this
You
job.
could be good
Exactly.
at it. Yeah.
Exactly. And I did it for 3 years, and then my boss is kind of like, "Hey, we're super supportive of you. It doesn't feel like your head's in the game." And
This isn't the right place for you.
yeah, they're like, "Let us help you figure things out."
See?
And at that time, I still convinced myself. But what ended up happening was, we have this thing called the upfront, and we decided, because
Yes,
I was working for MTV, you know what
I
upfronts are.
sure do. My husband's at the
Uh,
WBT up front all the time, making his little announcements.
If you don't know what an upfront is, it is when big network televisions every year they put together all of the shows, the celebrities, and it's this 2 or 3 day concept where they're introducing all the
Right,
different shows to advertisers so that they can
right,
spend their money where they want to.
right.
That's what an upfront is. And what we did, because we were in the sales department, is we wanted to make it fun, so we made a music video.
Ah,
And I ended up unexpectedly becoming the assistant to the director, and I was putting on the costumes on my bosses, my peers. I did the
you're
makeup. I
creative
did all the
directing.
outfits. I was adopting that role
Yeah,
unexpectedly,
yeah.
and this was probably a month after my bosses had that original talk with me, and at the end of this, one of them pulled me aside and said, "You cannot work with us anymore. You need to be doing something
You need to
creative."
do this.
Exactly. And it turned into me telling one of my best friends from MTV, who randomly said, "Have you ever thought about going into interior design because your apartment is so nice?" And that
Yeah.
was the
Yeah, because
beginning
then,
of my.
I mean, you and I are in a similar boat that way. I'm not presuming, right? I mean, you also didn't get a 4-year degree.
Nope,
Right. So
I did not.
similarly, we started in creative industries. We started doing creative things in those industries. We started being hired to work for other creatives doing things that were, so for you, it was like what I would call production design,
Yep.
essentially. And then you
Hmm.
also had your home, which was a portfolio of in itself, which is
Yes.
where it starts from. So you're like, okay, well, if this is something people want, I will start selling it.
And
And you just started.
it was it's all the pieces coming together because of because of the team, and I was in the ad sales department. All my friends, they were updated on what's going on. One of my assistant friends, her boss needed an interior designer. He ended up hiring
Ooh,
me,
what a good
and
luck.
it was
Yep.
just this whole
Yep.
domino effect. It's like, not only did I get my first legit client there, but this person ended up becoming super close
Yeah.
friends, and it just like was this whole chain reaction of goodness from this moment of like needing change and
Which
not
is
knowing.
great. I mean, talk about reframing. I mean, this is not even reframing, but framing things correctly. I love that that's how you took it, because honestly, I'm a highly sensitive person, and if I had been told I wasn't in the right job, I probably would have been devastated. Like, I just couldn't take it. Like, I learned, I mean, I took a lot of rejection as an actor, but it was a little different.
Yeah.
I never was like acting on stage and they're like, you're not good at this. Like, it was like the audition process. But I think it's so wonderful because it's the truth. Just because you're not fitting exactly where you were placed doesn't mean you're not incredibly valuable. You don't have skill set that's transferable and that you're better off doing something else. And you're
Exactly.
just a perfect example of that. You just did not take that in a negative way. You rolled
Exactly.
with it and made it a career.
That was actually one of the bigger lessons. You know, it's like just because you feel you're not at the right place at the right time, it's really like you never know what this experience, which you normally wouldn't reflect as something
Yes,
positive, can lead to something else. You know, it was kind of like a jump off landing point, and you got to
exactly.
do these things you don't like in order to figure out things that you do like,
Right.
or let it lead you to somewhere else.
And
So
additionally, like you said, it's almost like you were in the right place at the right time. Because
exactly.
had you not had that experience, you would never have had the MTV experience designing that whole production. You would never have had people believe in you. Would never had the connections that you got for the boss of the boss. You know, like it just wouldn't have happened. So I
Absolutely.
like this reminder because I needed it today.
Good,
I
good.
really did. And so I
Good.
want you to talk about now how you create. So you got help because you were telling me too, similarly to me, you were not as gifted at the businessy side of
Yes.
things. So like you were great and creative, great with service to clients. You understood all of that stuff.
Absolutely.
But you, like I did, struggled with the back end, like how to get it all together
Yes.
so you could do all the things you're great at. So I think just recently, like last year when we were talking, you decided you got a coach or something, or you decided to just do it a certain way. Can you talk about how that happened?
Absolutely. So I've been designing for 17 plus years now, and
I
self-taught.
didn't know that.
Self-taught. It's a very trial and error type of
Yes.
experience. I learned how to do everything by hand, whether it
Yes.
was painting, wallpaper, all of that stuff. I wanted to learn the grit.
Right.
But I didn't have a mentor. And at that time, design and the acceptance of designers that didn't go to school was very
Oh,
different than
yeah.
it is today. So I was immediately shown I didn't belong. So I had to figure things out on my own. Thankfully for this huge grace and change in the industry.
Right.
But one of the things I realized, and I'm very proud of my experience, the clients that I've had, and how I was able to grow it.
Mhm.
A couple years ago, I realized, again, like you said, great at clients, great at design,
Mhm.
great at project management. I was honest with myself and realized I am not good at operations. I am not good at finances. And I
Right.
don't have the brain that says, oh, I can see this clearly. This is a process that I need to document and write down. That's just not my skill
Same.
set. That said, there is much more education now that's out there, which was not available before. And
Oh,
this is the change of the industry, which I love. And I discovered that there's business coaches
yes.
and all different types of business coaches, whether you're
Mm-hmm.
beginning, whether you're a senior like
Right.
me, and
Senior.
yes, and all the things that I was truly intimidated about and also kind of
Yeah.
ashamed to admit this honesty about,
Yeah.
I realized that anyone can learn this if you want to learn this, and that's what I did in
And
the
so you
last
did it. I need to do that.
years. Yeah,
You're going to inspire me.
I
So,
hope so. I hope inspire. If I can inspire one person, that would be
well,
wonderful.
I mean, you're going to inspire a lot of people because the truth is, I mean, honestly, when I heard you've been doing it for 17 years, like, because I mean, that's hard to change something after you've been doing it that long. You've been somewhat comfortable, but you see that you're maybe not getting to the next level you could get to
Exactly.
because you need more arsenal. It's fascinating how that can happen. And I love the point of view, and I'd love to hear how it's going. Um, I love to hear that sometimes things take a little time. Sometimes you don't have to do things at the same trajectory everyone else is doing it for various reasons. For you, it was whatever. I mean, what would you say? There were other life things that kind of kept you happy and content where it was until you realized all of a sudden you really want to push
Yeah,
it.
you know, so I was able to pay my
Mm-hmm.
bills. I was able to travel. I have a husband.
Yeah.
We were good
Partnership
in
made
our
it
situation.
comfortable.
It was great. What came into play, it was my ambition level, and then being honest, like I want to do more.
I want to
I
do more.
can do more, but what do I do to be able to do more? And did a lot of
Yeah.
research. I ended up going with. I ended up hiring two business coaching
Ooh.
programs. I'm going to give them a shout
Yeah, give a
out.
shout out.
Design
We'll link them if we can.
Design for the Creative Mind, The Bakery by Michelle Lynn, and also The Pearl Collective. And the difference was I got two things, and I decided to do both at the same
Oh,
time
wow.
because I used this year as an academic year
Yeah.
and was able to have my existing clients, but just pretend I was
Right.
going to school, apply, learn, implement,
Right.
apply, learn, implement.
Yeah.
And the bakery taught me structure. They gave me the blueprint of how to
Right.
run a business, how to set things up, and that was what I needed. The Pearl Collective exposed me to a different level of designers on higher elevated tier that have the similar experience of like seasoned but don't necessarily know how to run
Right.
operations. And one of the things that I learned from last year is not just that I'm able to learn, but the importance of relationships and being able to connect. And it has really, my last 2 years have
Yeah.
amplified how I think as a business owner,
Right.
how I want to navigate in the industry, what
Right.
type of person I want to show up as. And going into 2025, I'm taking all the things that I know have been impactful and just running with it. And the way that I was able to benefit with the relationships that I built, one of my things in 2025 is not just like leveraging those relationships, not in a way that it benefits me, but seeing, oh, I want to introduce you to this
A
person. You guys should
mutual,
connect.
mutually beneficial, which is what it is and what it should be.
Yeah.
And you also know when those fits aren't right. If you're meeting somebody and it feels like you need to ask for them for things all the time, or
Yeah.
they need to ask you for things all the
Yeah.
time and no one's reciprocating,
Yeah.
it's fine to like just let that go. So we had somebody in the comments also say they'd love us to share the link to those collectives. So when we're done, you'll send me the info and I will put it in the post when I
Okay.
post.
Okay.
And then when it's on YouTube, I'll try similarly to just write it out right off the website.
Awesome. Awesome. They would love that.
Yeah, so that'll be very helpful to a lot of people. The relationships you're talking about, so important. There's a lot of things we talked about that I think is fascinating to many of us, especially I've only been in the industry probably 9 years, which because I had a whole other career
Yep.
before that,
Of
and
course.
children.
Most
But
people have.
something exactly. Most of us did come here from another roundabout
It's a
way.
second career. Yeah.
But the way that social media, so really a lot of this goes back to social media. So to me, and I would love to hear your opinion on this. Because when social media blew up, two things happened. One is that influencers who did not have degrees became reputable, which is great, I think, because we saw the opportunity there. I think another thing that happened is that people stopped feeling so much scarcity in a way. They started to see that we could build these relationships, we could share information. Information was being readily shared anyway. So in an industry that had been traditionally very closed and had a lot of gatekeeping, became a lot more open. That being said, I mean, there's reasons why people gatekeep certain things, and I respect that if that's what they want to do, like client relationships and all that. But I just don't see the point in my own experience. It's like, you know, what's the point? Every business that we recommend wants more business, right? So
Yeah.
we're just helping each other in every way. So I think that social media, even though I'm not great at it, I do it and I'm using it this way. I love it for this reason, for the connections, like you said. I think it did a lot to help us, people like us, get there.
Yeah. 1000% agree. I am also cut from the same cloth as you
Yeah.
are. The way that we operate and how we navigate this world and our business relationships. I am also not a fan of social
Right.
media. Thank God I have a team that helps me do that because it's it's a job.
And it's something not in your wheelhouse, which is funny because I'm with you on this. Not only is it a job, and it's a creative job and it's fun and interesting. Like if that was my whole job, I'd be like, oh, that's cool and interesting. But
Yeah.
it's a whole job.
It's an absolute whole job. It's super time consuming. This is why people do this specifically, and more power to them because we need them. But what it has done and how it has changed the industry that I'm seeing is that again the ability to connect with other designers so easily. People are responsive to DMs. You can actually compliment another designer in another country and that be or another state and that be the beginning stages of dialogue until you see them in the market and you're like, oh my God, I love your work.
You know what I love about this? Well, then I want you to talk about your Design Besties thing because I bet that had something to do with it. Maybe social media or how you met those people.
It's not, but we
Oh,
are amplifying social
okay.
media. But yes, happy to talk
So
about
you
it.
have like, he has this thing. Are you still doing it?
We are still doing
Okay,
it.
good.
Yep. There's some
Design
things.
Besties. It's basically like the Golden Girls for design,
Yes.
except they're young. Um, and it's great. But you know what is fascinating? I'm not going to gatekeep. I'm just going to
Yeah.
tell people.
Yeah.
You would be shocked at how many people, if you DM them, will read your message because we think, oh, they're so famous and oh, they're this and that. And sometimes it is hard to break through. But like most people don't get as many DMs as you think they do.
Yeah.
Not that I'm speaking for myself, but worth a try, and especially if you have something to offer, or an interest and an opportunity,
Yeah. Yeah.
share.
E- Everyone likes a nice comment, if you're
Yeah,
doing a genuine
a
compliment on their work or something, or
genuine
just saying
compliment.
hello, people understand that and read that, and your type of people will be responsive to that.
Yeah,
They may not see it, depending on their level of fame, but
exactly. They
we're,
might
we're
not see it, but
designers
if
are a
they
little
do,
bit more acceptable, approachable than you
yes,
think. Yeah,
exactly. People are more approachable than you think, and it'll become clear, like you said, really quickly whether that's a relationship that's going to work out or go anywhere or not. And sometimes
exactly,
it's nice to just say hi, and like you don't have any expectations of them. Just say hi, hey, I really like your work, and maybe we'll see you. Maybe I'll see you at High Point Market, for example.
exactly,
So High Point Market's our
exactly.
mecca, so it's a great way to tell people, hey, I'll be there. Will you be there? Let's meet up. And then that's what we do, and it's just so great. I'm just looking. Sorry, I'm just seeing I love my gray streak. It's fairly new.
So did I.
I like your silver fox situation, and now I'm like getting there. I'm kind of loving it. I kind of like it to be, I'm like, how's this gonna go? Is it gonna be like just two stripes? Is it gonna be anyway? We digress. But yeah, tell us a little bit about the Design Besties.
Okay, so in April we will have officially have been friends for 1 year. We met at the Vacation Rental Designer Summit.
Oh yes, yes.
Jessica Deuce,
I heard that
Jane
was a great
Dagny,
experience.
Erica. They put a conference together every year. One of the largest growing sectors in interior design is
Yes.
vacation rental.
Mm-hmm.
Exponentially in the last couple of years,
Mm-hmm.
there's over 1.5 million uh, vacation rentals in the U.S. alone.
Mm-hmm.
So we were just all there, and Whitney, she's the inventor. She created a weighted rug line, the first of its kind.
Wow.
Nikki,
Brilliant.
I know, because
Duh.
she lives in an area where like
Duh,
things are constantly
everybody.
flying out. It's like she had a problem and she solved it.
I love her.
And then there's Nikki, who owns the largest staging company across the country.
Awesome. You're gonna
And
send
then there's
me
Lori.
all their names too, and all.
Absolutely, absolutely. Lori is an artist that makes beautiful fine art. She has this emotional element to it. So technically, we're all creatives,
Different.
designers before, but our careers have led to different areas. So we met at VRD, and I started this group chat, and just weirdly, we have been talking with each other every single day. And then Whitney had another conference that she wanted to attend, which was 2 months after where we originally met.
Right.
So we have 2 months of communicating, and she's like, "Hey, do you guys want to meet me at the Haven conference? The Haven
Haven,
Do you
yes.
know about Haven? Yes.
Yes, I do. I almost interviewed the owner, but she had a thing show up.
Oh, she's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should interview her.
Yeah.
So we met. We went to attend the Haven conference, and we were just there to support Whitney,
Like
and we just kind of
to
like
hang out.
to hang out, and we thought we were going to be around a bunch of interior designers, but turns out we were around a bunch of content creators. So we're
Right.
like, oh, this is weird. Interior design content
Right.
creators. So it was fascinating learning their business model, how they do things. I was like, oh my God, they're really smart. I just didn't even know how this world works. So we're at this conference hanging out, and by the end of it, everyone kind of knew who we were just because of the energy that we were
Yeah.
giving out. And we were just like,
And you traveled in a pack.
exactly, exactly. And by the end of it, we were just like, this is weird. Everyone is calling us besties, besties. And
You're like, we met
somehow,
2 months ago.
I know, I know. And someone ended up calling us Design Besties, and it just kind of stuck. We were just like,
Yeah.
okay, there's something to this. Maybe we can.
Yeah.
Who knows? And fast forward, if you guys look at our Instagram, we did this amazing project where we surprised
I
teachers in Texas, and
saw that.
we did their teachers
Well,
lounge.
they need that
So
more than ever these days.
well, stay tuned. Stay tuned. We're trying to make things happen. So
Okay.
yeah,
I love
yeah.
that.
Um,
That's exciting. Yeah, I know it's hard because you can't talk about certain things until they happen. So
exactly. Yep.
we'll put a
Yep.
pin
Yep.
in it and we'll
About
come back to it.
putting that energy out there. We believe teachers are one of the most underappreciated.
You think?
They have the greatest impact on our
They have the
children, but they are the most
potential for the greatest
underappreciated.
impact. They have the potential, if given the right tools and getting the right education, they absolutely have the potential. I mean, school in general, I don't even know if we should go there, but let's go there for a minute. Schools. This is where everyone is supposed to be on an equal playing field and getting to learn and be healthy. I mean, it's just fascinating to me, any talk about hindering the schools. It's just so, it's the place, it's the garden. You know, kindergarten is like a thing. It's like the garden of community and growth and success and opportunity and well-being. And what you guys are doing, it makes a difference. I mean, if this is something you really want to start doing, which I know how hard charity is because I've done almost exclusively charity this whole year and I'm not making much money, but it sure does feel good to give back. And that's a great way to give back because, you know, you're not just impacting the teachers and all the things that they're able to do, but their students and everyone else who comes into that room.
It is a domino effect, and that's the impact
Oh,
that we're trying to have. So
you're making me tear up. Very easy to do. Ask my kids. Oh, look, Antonio is here with us. Antonio, hi.
Hi,
He said the
Antonio.
garden of possibilities. He likes that. I like it too. And now I'm emotional. This may be my first time crying on Heart Home Harmony. And I think it's a manifestation of all the tragedies going on right now in the world and all the hopeful people like us who just want to help. Yeah. And I'm so grateful for people who are helping and just trying to make the world better for everybody. So that's awesome. Yeah, it makes a difference. I think this is a great thing to focus on for a minute. And then I'm going to ask you my questions, my ending questions, which may surprise you or not. It depends on how much you researched and read of the email I sent you. But,
which I
so many people are surprised. I'm like, it's in the email. I don't know.
I know. That's why I was like, I texted you. I was like, wait, what's the topic? And then I read the email when I sat down. I was like, oh, of course it's all here.
Yeah, well, the topic isn't really there because, well, yeah, I tell you what I'm going to ask. Because I do like, because it's live, we want to we want to wing it a little bit.
Yeah.
And there's so much of it is really getting to know you as a person. And there's so many things you're working on. It's like, I just want to get to know all the things that make you tick. But I probably lost my train of thought, which is not shocking because that happens a lot. But anyway, it's been a joy talking to you, and I have more to talk about with you about all of these things. We could probably talk about it forever, but it's so wonderful to see people like you using design and recognizing the importance of design in the world. And it's not, even though, you know, a lot of the times we are helping luxury clients who also deserve a lovely home.
Yeah.
I think what we put out there is what we get. So I think, like, for you, for example, with writing clearly on your website what you believe in, what your value system is, and that you support badass design, like, you're going to attract a certain person.
Yeah.
And so you're helping them help other people. And just the fact that all the things that you share, even if they are maybe a little out of reach for some people, are still inspirational. And and because you are also doing the charity, which I also enjoy doing, you're showing people how they can do it too. So it's not just a luxury market. I mean, that's the money, but it's so much more than that. And it can reach so many people. So I love that.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to ask my architect friend is here. Hi.
How do you see who's on here?
Yeah, you can see there's a good amount of people on here. You have a good audience, my friend.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, this
So
is
I'm going to ask you a little questions. You can say hi first if you want to your friends. Hi, friends.
My cousin's here.
Oh!
My people.
I love when family's here. I interviewed my friend Kristen, who now is blowing up. He was just on the Drew Barrymore show. He's the florist.
Oh.
And he made this beautiful comment. Oh my God, I love this actually. This is not our world because our world is very much about things that sustain and last. And like we're trying to buy people things of quality, you know, that last
Yes.
forever. But he was talking about flowers, and one of the hosts was like, how do we make them last longer? How do we make them last longer? And he held his hand and he said, these aren't meant to last. This is a reminder to live in the here and now and to like appreciate the beauty of this moment. And why am I almost crying again? What is happening?
I love that.
Anyway, so that's my friend Kristen. But when he was on, his mom popped on, and I love when family pops on. And he was like, "Mom." Anyway, all right. So, what do you think is giving you a sense of home these days?
Oh man.
Heart. No, what's warming your heart these days? That's what I'm supposed to ask first.
Wait. Rephrase the question.
Yeah, let's rephrase it.
Yes.
What is warming your heart these days? First.
Oh God. I have a very selfish answer. Only because I've been working so hard for the last 2 years. I just the whole rebrand and just how I am as a human and just all of that stuff. What's really warming my heart is that I'm at a point of convergence where all of that hard work, I can see tangible results, and I can see how I am with my new clients and just how I operate.
That is great.
So that's warming my heart right now.
That is because it's seeing the fruits of your labor, and that is really, really precious. Yes. I love that. Yes. So, okay, now I'm going back to the first question that I tried to ask you out of order, which doesn't really matter. I should have just rolled with it. But what's feeling like home these days? What's giving you that sense?
What's feeling like home? Okay, because I've been traveling so much, literally, my homes are feeling like home. Yes.
And where do you live again? In the city?
I live in this. I live in the city and also upstate New York.
Oh, nice! You get to escape.
Yes, which I need.
Yes, that's very lovely. Oh, that's wonderful. So you feel at home at both places. So wherever you are, it feels like this is my place. I love that.
Yes.
And what would you say in this world of worlds is giving you a sense of harmony?
I will pull that back to community. The Design Besties, the relationships that I'm building, all the people that I am working on collecting and being part of my sphere and vice versa, being part of their sphere. We're all on a similar vibration of success and growth and sharing and just lifting each other up. Yeah, we're kind of
coming from all the different worlds. You're creating this beautiful harmony of all these different experiences. Yeah. Together for common goals. I love that.
Exactly.
And there's a lot of that happening. I mean, in all ways, in business and development, in career, in community building, in social justice. There's a lot of people coming together and trying to do something great. I love that.
Yes.
Oh, I love it. Do you have a show and tell for us?
Yes. So
don't be embarrassed.
If you guys are following, I'm on a puppy hunt. I am looking for a sibling.
A sister, a brother, a sister, a brother.
Brother or sister for this little dude.
Is it Bailey?
Yeah, he hasn't been groomed for a while, but yes.
Oh, well, please don't put him on camera. Hi, boo-boo. Hi. You say hi to the people?
I'm sharing the baby, but I also want to share something a little artistic.
Ooh.
It's the most recent piece of art that is going on
Ooh.
wall.
That is beautiful.
So that's a little
I can't
boat.
see. I have a little boat.
Yes.
A little reflective boat.
And we're doing.
I love that.
We're doing this relationship with this, and
your shirt kind of goes. Oh, I love it.
The boats, balloons next to each other.
For a client?
No, this is for a house upstate.
Oh, I love it. And it goes with your shirt. Did you do that on purpose?
I did not.
I don't know. I think it's subconscious, but you're a delight. It was so much fun talking to you. I hope we get to see you soon. I don't know what event you're talking about tomorrow, but say hi to Melissa. Say hi to Rob for me.
I shall.
And all the other people you may see. I was supposed to go in the city, and I don't know. Like I said, the sniffles.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I'm supposed to go out of town next week, so. But I love seeing you. It's always a joy. Any parting words before you go? Anything else you need us to know?
What is it? It's Wednesday. You guys, we got 2 days to kill the week. 3 days left to kill the week.
2 days, and mine are very full. So I will obviously share your info. I'm going to tag you and all that stuff. You have a beautiful website. It's really easy to find people nowadays on Instagram, which is great. And it was so good to see you, and I'm sure I'll see you soon in person.
You too. Thank
Mwah!
you.
Bye.